Hey everybody, welcome back to Kratom Kingdom, your source for all things Kratom. And if you are into Kratom in any way, shape, or form, subscribe to my channel because I talk about Kratom every single day. And some of the information is useful. It teaches you how to use Kratom, when to use Kratom, why to use Kratom, and how Kratom can help you. Today's video is going to be about how Kratom saved my life. First off, I tried to commit suicide 4 times because I was so depressed. I moved to a commune and the shaman there said, "Hey, you seem like you're in a lot of pain." I was like, "I really am. My stroke affected my muscles in a bad way." So he said, "Well, I've got a drink for you, a tea that I want you to drink, and it will make all your pains go away. And it might help with your depression." So me being the guinea pig that I am, an open-minded person that I am, I tried this tea. And immediately I felt euphoria like I hadn't felt since I did opiates. And it got rid of my pain from my head all the way down to my toes. I had no pain. And no migraines, nothing. And so I didn't want to kill myself anymore because I wasn't in agony. When you're in agony 24 hours a day, you just really don't want to live. And that includes stuff like fibromyalgia, lupus, and all the other horrible diseases that people get that a lot of people don't believe exist. They think it's all in your head. Well, it might be in my head, but my brain is in my head, and my brain is causing all this pain and agony. So fast forward, Kratom attaches itself to the opiate receptors in your brain, tricking your brain into thinking that you're on opiates. But it's totally side effect free. Totally side effect free. The only bad thing is if you run out of Kratom, then you gotta feel all that pain again, and that sucks. So you're like, I need to get more Kratom, I need to get more Kratom. And it takes a little bit more Kratom or a different strain of Kratom to get that same high, because you build a tolerance to it, just like you would build a tolerance to everything else. I know people that built a tolerance to Tylenol. I know people that build tolerances to opiates and heroin. That's why they gotta do more and more and more. But Kratom's not like that. I mean, you can just change a strain, because Kratom comes in 3 different strains: red, white, and green. And then combinations of those they call different things. Like a combination of red, green, and white is sometimes called Trainwreck with some distributors. And I'll drink that because I'll drink red most of the time, because that's my favorite. Red gives me the most euphoria. So how did Kratom save my life? I lived on a commune, and in this commune there was a beautiful waterfall, and I used to go bathe naked in the waterfall instead of taking showers. And to my surprise, the female residents on the cult used to also take nude showers in the. So I was like, this is an amazing place to live. I mean, nude beautiful women, and that were my age. They were 40, you know? I mean, it was like I wasn't looking at little 19-year-old girls anymore. I was looking at women my age, and they were beautiful. And the shaman that lived in the cult, he was kind of the head of the cult, he introduced me to Kratom, and he said, "This will make your aches and pains go away, and it'll make your depression go away." I thought it was psychosomatic, but it wasn't. I drank the tea that he made me. Tasted like dirt, but I drank it anyway, and immediately I started feeling this wave of euphoria. I mean, I was doing push-ups, jumping jacks, I was trying to run, I was trying everything, you know, and I felt life is great. What the hell's the problem? And it brought me back to a place in my mind where I remembered not being in pain. And I was like, this pain is temporary. Truth is absolute, but pain is temporary. So I temporarily had no pain. So then I was like, hey dude, how do I get more of this stuff? And he said, you can get it through me for $125 a kilo, or you can order it online. So I started ordering it online for $65 a kilo, and I was constantly drinking it because it was helping my headaches, and I wasn't building a tolerance because I would change different strains. I would mix it up. One time I would take a red, the next time I'd take a white, and next time I'd take a green. So my brain didn't build up a tolerance to it. It took a lot longer. And then I got really obsessed with kratom, did a lot of research on it, and found out that what it does is the mitragyna speciosa is an alkaloid in kratom, and it actually binds itself to opiate receptors in your brain, which opiate receptors are what heroin binds to. So it tricks your brain into thinking you're on opiates, and it takes away all the pain. I mean, it makes you feel wonderful. Plus, it releases dopamine, which puts you in a good mood, and it balances out serotonin, which keeps you in a level stable mood. Because I've been diagnosed chronically or clinically depressed, general anxiety disorder, epilepsy, and psychotic, because they put me on antipsychotic medication for some strange reason. And the worst one of all, bipolar. Because bipolar made me do really stupid things impulsively, like go on Amazon and order everything, even though I don't have enough money to pay my rent. And so I started drinking kratom and immediately was able to get off of all of my drugs that had side effects and just started drinking kratom. Kratom had no side effects at all. It was a beautiful element that bounded onto my opiate receptors, taking away pain, releasing serotonin, releasing dopamine, and which caused me to stop my bipolar behavior, and allowed me to be more useful and normal to society. I even got a job after I'm 100% disabled. I got a job as a teacher, making really good money. And so with that really good money, I bought a shit ton of kratom and was able to function. I was able to teach. And I then decided, where can I get the best kratom from, And I did research, and it comes from Indonesia. So I made a Facebook page called Kratom Kingdom, and I put on an I sell kratom. So all these vendors from Indonesia contacted me and said, hey, I will sell you kratom at wholesale so you can sell it and make a profit. And I'm not into making profits. I'm not into money. I'm fortunate to live in an apartment building that I can afford, and I'm also fortunate to have no bills. So I can afford kratom. And so one of these vendors said, I'll give you a free sample of my kratom if you like it, if you buy from me in the future. And I said, hell yeah. So he sent me a kilo of kratom, which is 2.2 pounds. And I drank it, and the kratom was so fresh, it was still a little bit moist from being on the tree. And I'll tell you, it was the best kratom I had ever had. It zonked me. It made me so euphoric, and it took away every ounce of pain I had. And it was because it was fresh. I mean, fresh really matters. If you're getting it from a head shop, it's sitting behind the counter for 6 months and drying out, and you don't know what the hell's in it. Or you buy it from a vendor in America, and it takes a month to ship from Indonesia, so that's a month of wasted time. Then they don't sell it all at one time, so it sits in boxes in the back room, drying out and getting less and less oomph for your money. And they charge $10 a cup for a cup of kratom. That's ridiculous. My cups of kratom probably cost me about $1, because I was buying kratom from Uju in Indonesia for $175 for 3 kilos. That's 2, 4, 6. That's 6 pounds of kratom. You know how long it takes me to go through 6 pounds of kratom? At least a month. Because I love it so much, and I drink it every single day. And he said, if you mention my name, my kratom, on your channel, I will send you a free 3 months every month. So what could I do? I mean, I said, okay. And I said, I'll only do it if I really like you and your kratom. I'm not going to sell advertisements here for punks that I don't like. And I really liked him. He was a very sweet man. He actually took my order, then went out to his farm, and his farmer harvested the leaves right off the tree that day. And then he processed it into a powder, vacuum sealed it into these really nice packages and mailed it to me. And within 20 days, I had 6 pounds of kratom, and or 12 pounds of kratom because this was the second trip he sent me, and I was in heaven because the kratom was so fresh and so good that it made me feel normal. I mean, I could function in society. I wasn't so agoraphobic. I felt less pain, so I could walk better. And it didn't help my left arm at all, but it made me not care so much about my left arm. So anyway, that's how kratom saved my life because I was very suicidal, and kratom took away that suicide and released dopamine and serotonin in my brain and helped me to feel better. Plus, it took away all my aches and pains, which that in itself made me not want to kill myself because I felt good. And when you feel good, you generally don't want to kill yourself. It helped me drive because I wasn't so anxious on the road, and plus it's a seizure. It lowers your seizure threshold, so I wasn't having seizures drinking kratom, which was amazing in itself because I didn't have to take Dilantin, which zonks you out and turns you into a zombie, which made me want to kill myself. And I take half of the antidepressants that I used to take. I still take them because my clinical depression is profound. Losing half of your body at 33 years old will cause depression. And I talk to a lot of people in my comments who feel the same way. You know, I mean, it's an amazing plant. I don't say drug because I don't want it to be a drug. I want it to be a plant. Plants, not pills. That's my motto. And anyway, I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and I will talk to you later.